Okay, so yeah, Ben,
Matt.
progress review 1. So let's just go through some of the fundamentals. So good start on the vlogs when last checked. 5.
5. And
That's,
then doing another one tonight.
that's definitely reasonable. Mate. Well done.
Yes, I do when I can, because sometimes I just don't have time. So I would have done more. No, I just don't have.
Sure. So that's good stuff. That's good. Okay, so a couple of things to go through. Go through your project, but obviously a message that I received on Friday. So let's go through that because I'm happy to explain. That's all right, I've got it, mate. So see what it says. Got us all together. Understand that. I think so. Let's watch YouTube tutorials. When you say us, let's just keep it with me and you because it's always a case by case.
And what I said, because what you said it to a few students.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, instead of saying watch the tutorials, because I can't learn like that, and I struggle to learn like that. So I watch it, but I still don't understand it.
Okay.
The way I learn is you tell us, we go through it, like we do it, we do it again, like on my own, and if it doesn't go right, we do it again until I get it right, and that's how I learn.
Okay, so there's a couple of things I need to sort of say on the game plan, understand that, and if it's not a method for you personally, I don't want to discuss the us, because my decisions are made on a case-by-case basis. I suspect you're referring to, with regards to Da Vinci and another student. Now, just to express where I'm coming from on that, it's two-part. With UAL, this is a self-directed study project, the FMP. So the units that you've done before are what's known as formative. So we go through and we give you tutorials and we do the one-to-one support in your projects. And it's not to say that we will negate and support, but what has to be demonstrated is the ability to problem solve. Okay, so if I get up the ULAB, so essentially this is how we're assessing. So problem solving can come in many guises. It can come under sort of conceptual, theoretical, planning ahead that production doesn't go wrong, safeguarding, make sure you've got the power, all those sorts of things. And then it can also come under practical, so whether it be hardware, equipment, whether it be software. So with problem solving, when we assess, it falls under these categories. So sometimes it's good for you to have to figure it out, as opposed to be, because this one's the self-directed project. So
when I'm saying with the YouTube tutorials, I'm not mentioning about this project. I mean past projects that we've done with the animation, where we're using the the software we were using, the After Effects. I watched so many tutorials looking at how to do it, but I still didn't understand it. And I was there, and when I asked for help, it was just done for me, and it was I wasn't actually shown what.
Oh, what scenario was that? When was that?
I think it was either Warwick or Mark.
Okay.
They just,
so you didn't get full understanding?
I didn't get any understanding. They just did it for me, and I wanted to learn how to use the software.
I
still don't understand it.
I do understand. I guess you can. I can appreciate that.
It's Da Vinci. I've watched Da Vinci videos. I still don't get it.
Okay, now that's a separate case. So I do think it's important to separate these.
But that's just an example.
No, but it's not an applicable one, and I'll explain why. In my mind, because so we, as part of the course, deliver After Effects. So if you were, if we were doing an industry standard level software and things like this, we would be doing Nuke, for example, the comparative compositing software that After Effects is. But this is level 3. It's important to understand that. So we're making decisions on the majority. Just to go back and answer with Warwick and Mark, I guess I can see how that can easily happen. I've been guilty of that too, because we're putting out lots of fires all day long within a room. So sometimes it is easy to click the steps, you haven't got it, and then it hasn't, maybe you didn't express, sorry, can you go through that again? I mean, it is a two-way street. But yeah, so they've just moved on. You're none the wiser, yet it's done. So I do get that. But After Effects, in a sense, is kind of duplo by comparison of software. Like is colour grading in Premiere, like is using Cinema 4D, Maxon Cinema Lite. You would use Maya. You would use for editing. You'd use Avid, not Premiere. Do you see what I mean? So there's a big step. So I'm always mindful that this is level 3 because, to be honest with you, if I hit you guys with mute straight from the off, mind blown.
Yeah, I don't think you're easy.
So in that scenario, and also remembering that we've got to hit the distinctions, and in this instance there's a possible distinction. I think we shouldn't mention names, but decisive demonstration of initiative in effectively solving problems autonomously, implementing creative solutions, and adapting to unforeseen practical and theoretical challenges. What that kind of means is, so if you've got a student that's not able to proceed, because production is in a few days, our job is always to stretch and challenge. And I think we're very good, because you guys all get to do your own individual projects, we're very good at identifying people's starting points and how to stretch and challenge on an individualised basis. We could deliver this course where we we give you all the materials, and then it'll be a tutor-led, follow my lead, we'll go through After Effects, we'll go through Premiere. That's what I believe. You get your own project and to be able to work with that.
We get our own project, but what I'm saying, with what I have with the animation project we did with After Effects, I would say maybe do a day or two where we have that sort of thing, where we go through it, we learn it.
You did?
We didn't do it properly. Well, I didn't understand it, and it was only a day.
Yeah, no, I did a workshop in it, and I believe Mark did. Yeah. So
it was still more like click this, click this, click this. It went really fast.
Okay.
And I think I need to be slower. We need to go through it and then do something practical on the computers.
That's work. So we do. Hold on. Who did I have for animation? I had your group, didn't I? Let me have a look.
It was us. So maybe have Mark.
Yeah, you did have me, because I recall doing a demo, because we went up to 2.5D. I mean, yeah, this is the working together element. Like there's absolutely no shame.
I wasn't attacking. I was
get
constructive criticism.
Yeah, sure. Oh no,
so we can
duly taken on board. I mean, it's impossible for us to get it right 100% of the time, because everybody's different.
So if I would get it right.
Yeah. So, I was with the other group.
I know. Was Mark with us?
So that would have been Lindsay and Mark.
Yeah. So I know Mark went through it, but it just went right. Click this, click this, click this. It went really fast, and then we jumped straight into the deep end.
Yeah.
And I know if we get it, and it's a good way of learning. However, that's not how I learn, and I find it really difficult when I'm chucked in the deep end. I have to know it, and then when I feel comfortable, I can go in and do it. You see, this is really, because we talk a lot in the staff rooms. This is really useful information. Yeah. It's taken till May from September. It's just I can't learn I get other people, because my people I'm living with Sue. Yeah. She's a dances representative, so it's like candles and that sort of shit. Right. And I've logged her into my Adobe, so she has Photoshop, so she can create her posters. And I must have spent at least 4 or 5 days constantly, every day, teaching her, because she finds it really hard to understand. You have to go through it step by step. Okay, so that does bring me on to the offer of Da Vinci, because we're talking, this is a whole grade different. This is year 2 at best at degree level software. Now, exactly that. It could be done, but it would take 5 days with one student to go through Da Vinci. I can't do that. Yeah, I know. But, well, I mean, if we all together, like, say, just imagine a classroom, an English classroom, you're lined up, you wouldn't have that. It's still on the board, you're coming through, and students can choose to listen to you or not.
We during a final major, Matthew, we just don't have the time because look, this is where we are working for all students, right? So at the moment, your first progress review hasn't had one. Hasn't had one. Well, it hasn't been documented, so that's the handover. So at the moment, my priority is making sure every single student's on track, not to be delivering high-end software, which actually it's only presented as a possibility for students who are operating on that high level, and we know with regards to camera, so that's a stretching challenge. Also in the same vein, offered up to do a logo ident to sign off an advert. So there's two things that could have been worked on, yeah? And then once that's presented and you're okay with that, and there was no response to no or anything, I'm then holding and supporting the whole crew. Do you see what I mean? So you're making efficiency judgment calls based on the entire group, not just one. Because if I'd have spent the remainder of the week just going through DaVinci, yes, you can choose to listen to it or not, but that's not really how it works, because then I'm only catering for one where we've always got to cater for all. It's brilliant that you said, because there is no negative element to going, I don't understand it. We want people to go, I don't get it, and then we'll ensure you do get it. But that's with what the course has been designed and the software that we're using at level 3. Makes sense? So when we have, for example, we've got a student in the other group, and he's smashing it, he's going out there and he's starting to work towards high-end visual effects, okay? So, whilst brilliant, also creates a problem, and we have to work with, we've got year 2 students that are using Maya. Tony's the expert in Maya. You know, this CG software is massive. Just rendering with Arnold is as much as you've learned in Premiere, After Effects and Audition put together just to render. You see what I'm saying? So, fully appreciate the comment. I think when we do these things, it's always important to not do the us, they, them.
That's how it's like the individual.
Oh, exactly. One thing, any training PD that I've been in with regards to this, I've always been told that video as a format is a really useful one, because it's not a written word. I've taken the books up. I've got second year learning Avid, and I've got the old books up to do to be certified Avid editor, and it's this thing. Now I get that reading through that wouldn't work, So I've always been told. So I'm interested to know, because we've got to find a remedy. I've always been told, because it's audio visual, not necessarily written word. That works in your benefit.
With reading, I can read a bit, but I just get bored, or it would just be, I just lose interest entirely. So when it's something big, I'd watch a video on it, I'd learn it that way, and I'll keep watching it. When it comes to softwares and say After Effects and After Effects tutorials, I can't learn that way. I have to have somebody there going through it with me. I just find it really difficult, just watching a video on other people, just click this, and I can go back on it, but I just don't like learning that way, and it just doesn't work for me, and it's having somebody there.
I appreciate the personal touch, because you can elaborate on points and explain in more detail. But it's sort of the same thing though, isn't it?
Yeah, I get more if I have a question. It might not be answered in that video, and I have to find another one, or I could just ask you, say, what does this do? How can I do it properly?
Well, exactly, that's what we've always promoted. Completely agree. I think because, even doing MPC Academy for myself, video method, Lydia, for example, and it doesn't. Lydia's got some wonderful resources with creative. They also take care of business, accountancy, quite a wide gamut, but it's the sort of it's becoming the industry format, very much worth getting a subscription. Sorry, Lydia. Told you to bear with me. Yeah, very much becoming the format. So if I can do a search, where's a search? Anyway, you get the point. But it's worth a look. Look at, I guess, because of the benefit. Yes, happy to do a one-to-one, but we've always got to make a decision at how far are we taking this. I've been using After Effects for. We first started it in 1997 at my degree. That's 22 years ago, and I know 60% of it. So it's endless. We could run a whole course just on After Effects. I've always got a number of level 3. That's cool. All right, because we've always got to find a satisfactory conclusion at the end of it. The delivery mode on the animation, maybe it's because I'm a bit more versed and I can sort of do it different. Was with the other group, but it is also your responsibility as a learner to go. Can you go through it?
When I watched tutorial after tutorial, I still don't get it.
No, but
this is one software I don't understand.
But with the tutor, because I can't imagine for any minute if you'd ask Mark, Lindsay, Warwick, myself, like, I don't understand this, I don't know how to do it, that we wouldn't have gone through it with you.
Yeah.
So we can't be mind readers to everyone. We do appreciate that.
This is when I ask for help, it's just done for me instead of explaining it.
Yeah. So say sorry, I still haven't quite got that. Don't worry about it. That's what we're here for. You know, it's not a big deal. Okay, right. Back onto projects. Unless you've got anything else you want.
No, just the message was it. That's all I simply say in front of class.
Yeah. But I mean, we've just got to be mindful on how far we take people. Da Vinci's seriously high-end stuff. So to really explain it would take at least 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
We don't have that time.
Okay. Right.
So can I go project proposal first? Can I have a look at that? So reflection evaluation coming along nicely.
I've got just like projects. Well, this is what I want my project to be. So I've got my time frame, and this is for the platforms.
The project proposal, the pro forma, task 1. Context. I'll show you the pro forma.
Is that the?
It's what you're working on week 1.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
It's on my
Okay.
hard drive. Yeah, so I haven't printed it off yet, so I'm just going to print it off at the end of the project.
I can plug it in here, mate. Yeah, no, because you're dead right.
Yeah, so I've got all the Harlan references still to put on there.
But whilst we're on the problem-solving thing, what's important as well is that you don't kind of change your mind and delete what you previously did.
No, I haven't. I've stuck to my idea.
Okay.
So far.
Okay. No, that's cool. But a lot of people sort of, when they change their idea or it evolves and changes, they delete that previous project proposal. They actually don't, because you would have the final one at the top, which you hand in on hand-in day when you present or hand your folder over. Yeah. But the previous one demonstrate again problem solving. You've made adjustments and changes for a reason. And that's usually, if done properly, backed up by a vlog. So you're going, okay, this was my initial idea, but after research and practicalities, locations, whatever, I now realise that that's not going to be doable, achievable within the amount of weeks that I've got.
Okay.
So I've made an adaptation to it, and refined it. So actually, for us, what we're looking for when we're assessing against the grading, which is this, that starts to demonstrate autonomy, initiative. So we're looking for evidence of these things. We need them to be able to give them a grade.
Okay.
Yeah, if someone deleted that, if we were just assessing that, that would be sufficient exploration of alternative ideas.
Yeah, that'd just be the parts. I don't want to use the parts.
Excuse me, it's good.
Right, so that'd be suffer 8. That'd be.
Good man, look at this.
Yeah, I'll keep it all organised.
You're really on it on this project, I have noticed. It's cool. So you PDF'd that already? Or is that
No.
pages or something?
It's pages.
Oh, right.
It's just, I'm just going to print it all off. It's going to be on there.
Okay. Yeah, candidate number, get that in.
I wasn't given that one.
Yeah, it's on the Facebook group.
Okay.
If you go to files, it's the unique learner number is what you need.
Okay.
And just look at the file section, it's right at the top.
Okay.
Just the capitalisation, figure out how you're doing that as a strat, because essentially that's your...
Initially I wanted my projects, so I've showed you the Dream Crazy,
Yeah.
That really inspired me.
Cool.
And I thought, well, if I could somewhat recreate that, and well, if I made something like that, it's sort of like, I'm sort of following that video as well, so I'm doing something that's what I think I might be able to do. It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
For me to do. I'm just going to give it a go, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. And I want to get the elements they had in that video into mine.
Okay.
So from all different types of people, all ethnicities, a massive diversity within the videos. You've got disabled, black, white, anyone really.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I wanted to capture in my video, and I have managed. I've managed to like find someone who's something's disabled up in the canteen.
Okay.
And obviously I'm gonna talk to them. It's not,
Have you spoken with them yet? You've spoken?
I've spoken to them. I just can't remember their name.
Right. Okay.
I've got to find them. I'm gonna see if I can get them into the video because I've been talking to them before.
All right. Cool. So if I go through, that's brilliant. No, it's a great idea. It's a superb idea for a Year 1 FMP.
Like, getting it's sort of my interest. Why I like getting fat people into sports and getting them involved within
Fat people, I'd maybe rephrase.
Maybe overweight, at least. Maybe. Getting them involved within groups who are just like them, and they can do it together, and they work as a team, and it builds that way.
Okay.
And it sort of encourages them to do more.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of, oh, crap. So if, I don't know, a very overweight person and Luke are in the same sort of like group.
No, without wanting to sound rude.
Without wanting to sound rude, that person, the overweight, would not, I don't think they would feel comfortable or happy to play.
Yeah, no,
I could just show them off.
I could entirely get the concept, and I think it's very good. So I need to, that's what I'm looking for that's stated in here, because that's the document. Okay, another thing I suppose understand is when moderators come in, when you've all presented, we've assessed all your work, we have UAL moderators who will come in and take out random samples. So not necessarily because we're sat here talking about it, I can assess on that basis. But I think it's a brilliant idea, a brilliant project. What you're assessed on is this is like the formal document, like a pitch.
It's not completely finished.
Sure.
I need to go for it and proofread it, but I'm going to do that towards the end. So I'm
trying
to get the main bits done first.
So get a bit specific. So it's excellent. It's exactly as it should be written. With each unit, you've learned more techniques, more hardware, etc., etc. So since I've been here, I've learned and experimented with all equipment available to me. Looking back in past projects, see weak areas. So what you're not doing is giving us tangible facts about what you have learned and what you need to address. Yeah. I can give you this video if you want.
Yes, please.
I can highlight on our cards pages. Yeah, but it's exactly that. So what you're doing is you're making a statement, which is cool. But if we were looking at facts, so since I've been here, I've learned and experimented with all equipment available to me. So what?
For example, film lights, Canon cameras, the Blackmagic. I need to just do that.
Looking back on past projects, I can see my weak areas as well as my strong points.
Need to
Example. Yeah.
So that would be After Effects is a weak point, and editing in not After Effects,
Premiere?
Premiere is a strong point.
Okay, exactly. Animation, advertisement. Okay, be careful here because you're saying your weak area or a huge challenge. Oh, okay, sorry, I haven't read it all. Oh yeah, these are my weak areas. Be careful because you're doing a Nike advert.
Yeah, because what I wanted to do, because I need to explain it in this, as my advertisement went to shit, I want to give it another go and try again.
I could argue though, is an FMP situation where you're actually assessed and graded the right place for it.
Well, if it goes well, it'll be
you could say, right, so yeah, but it's not if it goes well. What the rationale is about is going, this went really well, this didn't go well, I'm going to do this because I'm versed in it, because that's my strength, because I know I can do it. There is an opportunity, however, with the advertising is, why did it go wrong? Are you fully aware and understand why it went wrong? Therefore, you're able to take that challenge. Do you see the difference? Because at the moment, it's a contradiction. You're going, my weakest areas are advertising, and someone's reading, I'm doing a night, don't be afraid of it. So you haven't articulated what the weak area, well, you might have actually, I haven't, in other words, give them another shot. This is a formal document. You do sort of essentially 3 formal documents over your time on the course, possibly 2, maybe 3. Year 1 FMP project proposal, Year 2 FMP project proposal, and a UCAS personal statement. So it's a justification of everything you write, and it's formal. So review it as a formal. So watch the language in terms of, in other words, give them another shot. You know, this is your final major project. It's like, I know I can do this because of what. So there is an opportunity because, again, if I go back to here, hold on, grading matrix, where are you? So when we're assessing what is context, understanding of subject context used appropriately to make judgments, describe aims and clarify purpose, and for distinctions, comprehensive understanding and knowledge of subject context. Yeah?
Yeah.
So there is an opportunity, because if you're going to me, the advertising didn't go so well, but I fully know why, because of X, Y, Z, then you're starting to demonstrate a comprehensive understanding, because you're absolutely in tune with what went wrong. Yeah? Used to communicate complex concepts, articulate ambitions and clarify purpose, and that bit is more the concept of the project, which we haven't got into. Elliot, did you rest on an idea on Sunday?
Yeah. I saw this thing, which is at the end of the day, I'm not sure how cheap it is. It's just like that. I thought, I played music over something, if I want.
I'd have to, yeah, I'd have to look a bit more on. It could have been.
Making the triangles and the shapes now, just for like a practice.
Yeah, but it's actually in a 3D space, isn't it? All right, that's cool. But experimentation's all part of it. But yeah, it might be to achieve exactly that.
Yeah.
I need to have a proper analysis, but there might have been a 3D software actually to get that even though it looks 2D After Effects. Yeah, cool. You got that down, yeah?
Yeah, I just write it down. So I've got what I've done is I went on the page, the website, where we've got our smart targets.
Yeah.
I put some on, but my laptop's got no charge. I use the Mac here. Right. So I always write it down as a to-do list as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Good man. Whatever works.
I've got my sprint list and I've got my to-do list, which these two have been completed.
Pro Monitor's an audit external point of view.
Yeah. This is all,
that's useful for you. So that's all cool.
All this is completed.
And do you know what? This is also a reflection of valuation. So this is accessible.
And I've also got dates when it's got to be completed by this one, all done by the 27th of April.
Matthew, superb.
This one has to be done by Friday, and I've done nothing on it, so I want to work well on today.
Right, let's, no, that's superb.
Well,
absolutely.
I've done some, but I just need to take it off and make sure it's all fully complete.
First class way of working. It's brilliant. Oops. Where's your pro forma gone? There it is. Okay, so yeah, so we see that as an option. Since college, I found that my camera work was massively improved due to learning camera menus, settings, and camera movement. Again, give us an example: ISO, aperture, shutter speed, etc.
And different type of
I would
shots.
buy this in different types of shots. We accomplish what shots?
Arc shots, pan, medium shots, long shots,
exactly.
shot, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Give us an example. Believe my skills software program players improved since beginning of this academic year. I've learned basics as well as some skills to an extent. You've learned lots of skills. I mean, the basics in this game aren't that basic, let's be honest. So you've learned a hell of a lot. My idea is to create an inspiration-like brand advert. Do you get what I mean now by the... So when I'm reading weak areas, so specify what went wrong, knowing that you can address those issues on this one. I won't. I see this as formal document, so I won't focus on just one product. Won't is kind of a bit slangy, you know.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
It's one project. Product.
Yeah. I shall not, or some. So don't use abbreviations. They do not. Instead, yep, that's excellent. Looking at how many products makes, I think it makes sense to cover everything short. No cost for work in the university, and it brainwashing us. It doesn't cost much, in all honesty, and it brainwashes us.
That's probably just a
yeah, I've done that. Yeah. I don't quite get what it's saying.
I don't know why that's in there as well. Probably the time I was writing something and then I thought something else.
Right. Yeah, have a look at what you're actually meaning there.
That has been proofread, that's why.
Yeah, this is because the brand is using their logo. Hello. That's all right. Rough actually.
Are you coming to the...
Yeah, I am. We're on at 11, aren't we?
I'm not sure about the timing, but I just wanted to say if you have any students, we start at 10 o'clock, if you have any students interested to go earlier.
When you say we start, the whole thing starts at 10, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got students coming, I've got 4 coming in at 10:30, some year 2s, who are the project managers.
Yeah, if you have more students, so just...
I want to go and see the event, yes.
Yeah.
We're going to do break in 10 minutes, so they're free to go over at that point. All right. There's students, Sybil, there's students also in 29 and next door as well. That could be offered to, so speak with Warwick in 29. Warwick's next door. Lindsay will be in 29. All right.
Yeah, I've also put 7,000, that's maybe 700.
Oh, yeah, you need to redo.
Yeah, I'll start.
Support my idea to primary research in the form of questionnaires, surveys, focus groups. Excellent. it could put what you're trying to extract from it.
Yep.
I also look for secondary data, that's date, in the form of YouTube comments, reviews and past surveys. Excellent. I'll be conducting my surveys research in the second and third week of the project. Excellent. I'd ideally like to use some of the studies. I would ideally like to use some of the studies. I think you mean students. Student college. I would ideally like to use a dark room studio for one of my shots. When filming, I'd also like to see the street feel. Therefore, I would ideally like to travel to cities such as London and Cambridge, or any plans for the equipment used, capture, cinematography. Okay, so you do have some elements of how you're going to execute this, but what you articulated to me is not really there in the same way.
It's because that was done at the beginning of the project. I've developed more, and I just need to add more.
Yeah, you've developed it. Yeah. So, I mean, try and keep within the 200. It's supposed to be. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's supposed to be clear and concise.
Show my development. Should I screenshot that one, and then print it off?
Well, when you print it, print this one off, and have the one that you've gone with at the top, and then any subsequent one underneath.
Yeah.
So we'll see the adjustments that have been made. Or just print it. Just print it as a document and staple it, and write at the top, version 1, version 2, version 3, final version. But don't forget, this bit's concept. So what you said to me was a concept. This is execution, how you're going to go about it. Moreover, get that concept in there.
Which is how I evaluate it.
Yeah. And you have been doing this. This is superb. Right, so I can clearly tell you that this is sort of distinction level what you're doing for your reflection evaluation at the moment. Yeah, that's excellent.
Let's just find out the small way around.
Harvard as well. You've Harvard reference as well. Okay, so you might be using another calendar sort of method.
About half the Harvard reference. I've got loads more.
Okay.
And I've got a separate document. I've got one of this is all the this is all on one on this one, but I've got the actual links and the Harvard reference on another document as a backup just in case.
Yeah. No, this is good. So the only thing is you can sort of structure this. You've got it in your diary, I see. Yeah. Just add entry to this, or do it as an appendix. So attach it to it. Yeah. So we see your breakdown of what you're doing and where. Okay. There's a lot good about this. So well done.
I've got.
Right. So research next.
Here we go. It's all my research.
No, let me just. I'm going to have to. We can come back to this, but we'll need to go soon. But I'm just going to go through the printed document. So there's your calendar that you're doing where. Excellent.
It's just format or not. It's just like quick.
Yeah, that's research, mate. That's research.
Okay.
Looking at dates. That's planning and pre-production.
Just past.
Excellent. Yeah, and you're articulate. So don't forget, research comes in two parts. It comes in conducting research, looking at stuff, and the 2.2 of it is what useful information and ideas have you extracted from it. So this is kind of good because you're actually running analysis on the shots.
Product reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, for example, this whole document as it stands at the moment, they're not your...
No, that's secondary data. It's all written up somewhere. I've got this is secondary research, and then primary research is here.
That's cool. So what I'll be looking for is this is conducting research, looking at secondary data, thumbs up. Then I'll be looking for why was this useful to you? So you may have already done it, if you have.
I think I've got a document somewhere.
You may have vlogged about the research findings.
Yeah, I think I have
that's giving you ideas. But that's what we're looking for here. Yeah. So 2.1, there it is. 2.2, I can't see it on this document. So what I will be doing is hunting it somewhere else. Yeah.
It's just fast over. servers I've done.
Excellent. Yeah, that's good. BBC don't allow advertising. BBC don't allow advertising.
Don't
No, because it's publicly funded.
okay.
We pay our TV licence. And by that, they're not allowed to use advertising to generate income. Whereas, say, ITV, Channel 4, but BBC.
Okay.
So you never hear an advert on BBC, apart from some of their advertising that they're doing.
Yeah, okay.
You're working hard, Matthew. Okay, so
Just a mood board,
yeah,
and then that's the speech that on pros and cons for development.
Okay, so what we could do with a bit more is we're firmly into pre-production. Superb, it's good stuff. What we're into a little bit more, what we need a bit more of is that there is evidence of it. I can clearly see without scrutinising it, skim reading. But from the research is how has this spawned ideas? How? Where's it come from? Yeah, where sort of evidence linked to you found this out, and that's created an idea for you, which is going to then carry forward into your adverts. That makes sense. Yeah. So at the moment, what's really strong is the research you've conducted. Really strong. It's the 2.2. So if I get the brief up. So review a range of research sources to support creative media production project. Awesome.
Yeah.
Interpret research to develop ideas effectively to communicate to an audience. Yeah. So there is stuff, but it's certainly not as high as the 2.1.
Yeah. There's also I need to get on my text with my dad. I've got screenshots of the communication between actors and the transport.
Brilliant.
So I need to get screenshots of my phone for that.
And of course, I haven't seen your vlogs, so you may have articulated the information that you've taken.
I've explained my research, and I did one the other day, and I was just saying how I feel because I've got filming this Friday with Luke.
But that's pre-production.
Yeah,
like,
and I've mentioned more of the research, I think.
Good. Just double check that,
Yeah,
because at a glance, and it's not merely sort of just expressing the research that you've done, because that's here, you're just reiterating.
You have to excuse the quality because I did it on my phone.
That doesn't matter. You're not being assessed on the quality of a vlog, as long as we can hear it, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
if you did it on a city film.
My mic's gone on that as well.
Yeah.
So I have to use headphones.
Do you get where I'm coming from in terms of... so we're obviously not going to sit down and go through all the vlogs now. Really good work, it's looking very strong. At the moment, so the only thing that I'm really pointing out is obviously you're going to redo the project proposal pro forma.
Yeah.
Create another version, don't throw away the old version. And
what I'll do is I'll just edit that one, I'll just print it off and just develop on it.
Okay.
So I don't have to do it all over.
But it's really the 2.2.
Yeah, I think that's been done on vlogs.
Okay, so it could be worth you...
I'll double check it and then because I don't really want to write it out.
Yeah, because if we look at this, so don't forget this, 2.2 and 2.1 and 2.2, yeah? Independently identified, thorough and sustained research, investigation and range of relevant sources. You're getting close to that. I'm not seeing a lot of other adverts. I'm not seeing competitor adverts. Adidas would be a prime example. So if you're doing an advertising campaign, it's very important to see where it sits in situ. Yeah.
I can do that this week.
Um,
I'm filming Sunday.
Okay.
But I can do it Sunday night.
Okay. But it's the insightful interpretation and synthesis of information used to inform, support, and develop ideas. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good man.
Okay.
All right. Lovely. Thank you, Matthew. You got any questions at all?
So,
Good work. Well done.